My name is Sean Bradley, and my wife is Karen Bradley.
Okay. And how may I help you, Mr. Bradley?
We are very, very upset. We purchased a brand new 2020 Range Rover Sport HSE about a week ago. Within 48 hours of purchasing the vehicle, the engine blew up. And we've had multiple problems, and we've had a horrific experience with the general manager of Rover of Willow Grove. And we are reaching out because we're in the industry. Me and my wife own a national automotive training company, and we have about 1,100 active dealer clients on there. So we're in the business. So instead of making a big public spectacle and getting attorneys involved, we try to, resolve this thing. But what we believe is that the dealership did not PDI the vehicle, and that's why these things happened and put my family, my children into, risk. But the problem is that we're driving a loaner car for a week. We've been in the loaner car on a Velar that's half the cost of the vehicle that we bought. And we can't get any help. And because it was during like the Christmas holiday and stuff like that, today's really the first time that, corporate's been back and yada, yada, yada since New Year's and that type of stuff. So we just need you to get an executive to help us with the situation because it's really bad.
I would say so. 48 hours after getting a vehicle and the engine blows up, there's no words for it. That's how bad this is. Mr. Bradley, where is the vehicle right now?
It's at Rover of Willow Grove.
Okay, so they have it. And are they communicating at all with you?
But the experience it's very hostile. And again, I'll be very honest with you. I'm the one that's more aggressive now because the way that they handled the situation in the very beginning was very, very inappropriate and disrespectful. And so
So when this whole thing went down, their answer to us was, well, we're just going to unwind the deal then. We'll just unwind the vehicle. And I was very obviously disappointed in that answer because I was like, I want the vehicle that I spent all day looking to purchase, and I did purchase. So unwinding and leaving me with no vehicle, that makes no sense. What we were interested in is, switching to the same vehicle, but just obviously not the vehicle with the blown engine. But they were just trying to kind of, I guess, like brush us off and say, oh, no worries, we'll just unwind the deal once we get the car. And for us, that was not a solution. That was more like a smack in the face.
Now, let me jump in here, but there's a couple other pieces to it. That's the last thing. So when we picked up the vehicle, there was a chip in the paint in the bumper. It wasn't a big deal, but that's strike one on a $100,000 truck. Then when I was driving the vehicle, like less than 8 hours later, the next morning, I was going to the barbershop, and the screen on a brand new vehicle didn't work, and I had to call the dealership. I called first my sales rep. He didn't answer the phone. I called the GM. He didn't answer the phone. So I called the service department on a Saturday, December 27th, I believe, and I got put on hold for about 7 minutes, and they just left me on there. So I hung up. I called back, and the receptionist said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we only have one service writer here, and he's busy. Can he call you back?" I said, "Well, I'm driving and I have no visuals. Like the whole screen doesn't work. This is not safe." So I had to hang up and call Willow Grove's competitor, Cherry Hill Land Rover, and they were able to kind of walk me through. I had to pull over. I had to shut the car off, lock it, and let the computer reset. So, okay. Then my wife, a couple hours later, got in the car, and there was a coolant light that came on. And then, we reached out to the GM.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, I am very sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but you're cutting in and out, so I'm not getting your whole conversation.
I'm sorry. It's the area I'm in. I apologize.
I apologize.
No, ma'am. It's okay. So long story short, there was multiple things. It wasn't just the vehicle just blew up. There was about 2 or 3 things with it. And me being in the business, I really believe that the vehicle didn't have a pre-delivery inspection, a PDI, because in my 21 years in the automotive industry as a senior manager, now as a national trainer, I've never seen that happen. And again, it's probably because the vehicle wasn't PDI'd. And I also know that if you have a vehicle that wasn't PDI'd, the dealership is liable. So they can't fix the engine, have the manufacturer take care of it unless they unwind the deal. So that's what I believe why he was just trying to unwind the deal. So and we have a recording of the audio with me and the GM. I'm not stupid. And in it, we were clear we did not give him permission to unwind the deal. The next day, he informed us in the conversation that he did unwind the deal. And I basically started threatening him, saying, listen, you cannot illegally unwind a deal after we've been contracted and, we made our first payment and we drove off the lot because you're trying to cover your butt. And so then he unwound the unwound. And it's just been a constant battle to the point where, I've started creating negative reviews on Google, Yelp. And before we get the attorneys involved, I wanted to try to, out of professional courtesy, give Land Rover Corporate the opportunity to intervene and try to rectify the situation. This is not representative of the brand promise of Land Rover.
I understand, and I appreciate you giving us this opportunity because the dealerships, as you I'm sure know, are independently owned and operated. So unless a customer calls us and informs us of a situation, we have no way of knowing. So Thank you very much for reaching out to us, and I do appreciate that. So just to recap, I want to make sure I have this clear. They want to, quote, unwind the deal so they would give you all your money back. Is that how...
Yeah, and then when I told them that I threatened them with legal action, you can't illegally unwind a deal without our permission. So now what they're doing is they're trying to find another vehicle. But the problem is that the vehicle that she had was this Carpetti gray or whatever it is, this dark gray, which is not like a normal color, and with the red interior. So there is no other vehicle in the United States. They did a dealer locate on it. So the only thing now are similar vehicles that are either have less options or more options. So we found a vehicle that's now the upgraded one, which is the autobiography. And, and so it's the vehicle, the sticker that was on was like around 99,000. The vehicle that's the closest thing to my wife's, it's going to be more. It's going to be about 108,000. And we even, but it is what it is. We even said that, no, I'm sorry, 100, no, not 188, 108, 108, 108,000. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. So it's only, so it's only like, like about, $8,000, $9,000 more, whatever it is. So we weren't looking for the dealership or Land Rover to turn around and just give us a free upgrade, but for them to try to maintain gross and tell us that we might have to pay for the transportation. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I know from being in the business that the manufacturer has OEM discretionary funds to be able to help, a situation like this, because this is not our fault or responsibility. We came there, we purchased the vehicle in good faith, and it's not our fault that the dealership didn't do their job with the proper PDI inspection. And so all we're looking for right now is for Land Rover to get involved to make sure that the dealership does the right thing. And what are we looking for? We're looking to get out of this freaking cheap Velar loaner car that we're in and get into the Highline vehicle that my wife purchased, or the closest version of that. And I don't want to pay stupid tax. I shouldn't have to pay $1 more because the Land Rover of Willow Grove messed up. And so, for delivery fees and for this other stuff. So we just want the OEM to get involved to make sure that the dealership, expeditiously rectifies the situation.
I understand. I'm going to ask you a question that's a little out there. So if you could bear with me. Do you really want to deal with these people? No,
I don't want to deal with these people.
Do you want to go to another dealership, or is that not convenient? Or
here's the thing: is that the dealership is already, identified. We have the VIN, and they have that vehicle, the autobiography Land Rover Sport, the Range Rover Sport autobiography. They already got that. So again, it's not that I want to deal with them, but again, I don't want to drag this out a second more. You know what I mean? Like the GM, even though he's use whatever colorful adjective you want, you know what I mean? He's the best versed of the current situation. I just want OEM oversight to make sure that he doesn't screw us over any more than he has or try to spin this in any way, shape, or form. So no, my goal is this, is that, it's not emotional for me. It's just a business transaction.
We also got a really awesome deal.
Yeah, and then, here's the other thing to it, and this is the other thing why I think that they're acting like this, because, and again, you could do the research. We are a major national training company. I I have like a lot of dealer clients that I mentioned to you. They referred us to him. So the deal that he gave us is, the PIN numbers that you guys have. So we got one of those, Land Rover PIN numbers. So that's the other thing that we're a little bit annoyed about, is that he didn't have to take the deal or do the deal. We came in, he gave us the PIN at the end of the month, at the end of the year. And so I think part of the deal is that he's not grossing on the deal. So he really doesn't care about doing what he's got to do. He just rather just unwind the deal. It doesn't really matter. So we fear also that I'd rather just get this guy to give us the vehicle the right way and just be done with the whole thing. And no, we're not going to service the vehicle there. We actually live 45 minutes away in New Jersey. So my closest dealer is Cherry Hill Land Rover. So as soon as Willow Grove Land Rover gets us the replacement vehicle, we don't plan on ever going back. We plan on just doing our service at the Cherry Hill one. So I just need you guys to just get them to not keep screwing us over, get us the vehicle, and there's got to be some type of reparations or rectification for all the drama and chaos. And the fact that if you think about it, we have a payment that we paid for a freaking, $99,000 vehicle, but I think we're in a $60,000 Velar or $55,000 Velar.
I hear what you're saying. May I kindly put you on a brief 2 to 3 minute hold so I can get some information from my end?
Absolutely.
If you don't mind.
That's fine.
Oh, thank you very much. And could I have, do you have access to your VIN?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Could I have the last 8 characters of your VIN?
100%. I got the sticker right here, Karen. So my wife is right. Yeah. So my wife's right here. So I just got to find it real quick. It's going to take me a second. Took a picture of it. I'm glad I did. I've got it.
Please take your time. I'm not in a rush. I'm here for you. So
no problem. I have actually a call coming up soon. Okay. So the VIN number. Okay. You said the last 8.
8, please.
So it's LA 884041.
Thank you. And could I have your zip code, please?
My zip code is 08055, right, Karen? Yeah, 08055. And then again, it's
that's the one I'm sorry, that's the one associated with your vehicle, right?
Yes.
Is it, or did they do the office?
Thank you.
No, this one is the one that's tied to the paperwork.
I really appreciate all this information.
No, of course.
Bradley.
This is refreshing.
And I have to say, I have to thank you for being nice to me, because
no, you're being nice to me.
It's not a nice situation.
No, can I just tell you, Jesus, this is like, I want to give you a phone hug, because I wish this guy was like you. I mean, and again, don't get me wrong. I've been a wounded beast, reacting to this guy because he's not been nice and appropriate. How you've had concern and empathy and professionalism is completely the opposite of what Scott Keedy, the GM of Willow Grove, has been. So if you talk to me respectfully and kindly, I'm going to return, talk to you respectfully and kindly, unlike this savage.
Oh, I've been at a loss for words with this situation. Not that I have tons and tons of experience, but I honestly haven't heard of this. 48 hours and your engine blows up, that is insane. That's the only word I can think of.
But again, it's a mechanical thing. Again, here's what I think. I believe it was negligence, and I want you to put this on record. I asked 7 times in writing for proof that the vehicle was PDI'd, okay? And they've never provided that. Again, because they know that that's a massive lawsuit. Plus, that's going to be a huge thing that they got to explain to you at corporate, at the OEM, is that there's certain things that they have to be compliant for, with Land Rover. And, PDI in the vehicle before you deliver it makes the perfect sense, because what if, what's crazy? There's actually a video on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and type in, 2020, Land Rover blows up 48 hours from Willow Grove Land Rover, you're going to see the video there. We're actually in the vehicle as it happened in the rain, and we have a puppy. So we're stranded in the rain, 48 hours. The engine just seized as we were driving to work on a major road. And so, you know what I mean? How crazy is that?
Very. That's the only word.
What happens if we were in the highway? What happens if we were in the highway and we got into a collision with my 6-year-old in the car, and somebody, lost their life? Because this is very serious, ma'am. I mean, all serious.
It is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm a mom, and
see?
a child in a car like this terrifies me.
I felt bad it was the puppy. Can you imagine, like, if it was our kids? You know what I mean? Like, it's just horrendous. Yeah. And so instead, you know how you are, like, you know, you're like appalled. I could hear in your voice too, because you're a normal human being. These people were like, you know, well, then return the car. You know what I mean? Like, are you, like, that's their answer. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Could I trouble you for your phone number so I can call up your account? If you
Absolutely. I'm going to give you two numbers. My wife's number is 484-663-3584. And again, she's the one that's registered to the car. She's the owner of the car. And my cell phone number, and she's right here. And my cell phone number is 267-319-6776.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me all this information. It's very helpful. Okay, so you said the vehicle is in your wife's name, which is Karen, Karen.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. There's so many different spellings of names nowadays.
I know.
Yeah. Even names that you think are straightforward, not necessarily.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry because I apologize. You know, I didn't know how this was going to go, but you're awesome. What's your full name again?
It's Cheryl, Cheryl, and my last name is Alianello, and I'll spell that for you. Alianello.
Okay, two questions for you. One, because I want it for our records, how do I reference this phone call? Like, I don't know if you've got an ID number or something like that. I could reference that I spoke to Cheryl from corporate.
Yes, I'm the only Cheryl in the customer relationship center.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's perfect then. No problem.
And what I need to do right now is I need to beg your patience. If I could put you on a brief 2 to 3 minute hold so I can get some information on how we can proceed effectively.
Yeah. Now, can I show you something? Or can I do something real quick, Cheryl? Because this is gonna like kind of blow your mind. Like, what I like to do is this. I want to give me a second.